Welcome everyone. This is the Insights Current Affairs quiz of 19th September 2022, and I will explain here how exactly you have to choose the correct options given in the question and which options are relevant and which options are irrelevant for the question and how exactly you deal with that. So first we have to start the quiz. So we see first question, as per the Patents Act 1970. So first you have to know what is the patent. So patent is an official legal right to sell an invention for a particular period of year. So we see the question here is given, as per the Patents Act 1970, at the time after the expiration of 3 years from the date of grant of a patent, any person interested may make an application for grants of compulsory license on patent on which of the following grounds. What does that mean? This means that patent is given for a limited period of time, for a limited period of years. When these patent end and after plus 3 years expiration plus 3 years from the grant of the patent, how can a person can file an application for grant of compulsory license if he wants to sell another person's invention? How exactly he can file an application, on what grounds? So 3 grounds are given. The patented invention is not available to the public at a reasonably affordable price. So this is correct, because if the invention is not available to public at an affordable price, then this can be a ground for interested person to seek an application. Second is the requirement of the public with respect to patented invention has not been satisfied. This also is true, because public demand has not been satisfied. So a person interested can file a patent. Third comes, the patent invention is worked in the territory of India by a non-Indian pharmaceutical company. This is not correct. If a patented invention is not worked in the territory of India, then you have a ground to file an application. So we see first and second options are correct and third is not correct. Now we will move to our second question. This is regarding aerosols. What are aerosols? Aerosols are fine, you can call suspensions, some fine solid particles or liquid droplets that are present in our surrounding. Now there are 3 statements given and you have to tell that which of the following above statements are correct. So first is, aerosol influence climate by changing the amount of heat that gets in or out of atmosphere and by affecting the way clouds form. So aerosols they seriously influence the climate. They can make the heat less in the atmosphere by reflecting it back, and they can also affect the way clouds form. So first option is correct. Now there are some examples. For example, these are the natural aerosols, fog and forest exudates, then some man-made such as air pollutants and smoke. This is also correct. Now third options comes, some aerosols reflect the sun's rays that beam on them and bounce the rays back out of the atmosphere. So there are few solid particles which are basically light in color. You can say they resembles to somewhat white color. So they reflect the sun rays back out of the atmosphere, and this causes little bit of cooling in the atmosphere. So first, second, third, all of the options are correct. We will choose option number D. Next comes the third question. Which of the following measures are used by government and RBI to control inflation? So first is reducing public expenditure by the government. Second is decreasing reverse repo rate by the RBI, and third is increasing personal or corporate tax by the government. So you see why inflation increases. One reason can be when products are less and people have money in their pockets. So that is why the price of that product increases, because there is a more demand and less supply. So if government reduce its public expenditure, then liquidity is less. That means less money is in the pockets of the people. So that is why this is an measure to control inflation, because there will be less money and people will then not buy that particular product. Also, second option is incorrect, because we have seen to tame inflation, RBI have increased repo rates 3 times. First 40 basis point, then second 50 basis point, third again 50 basis point. So how come decreasing comes here fit? In fact, RBI increases reverse repo rate. Then third is increasing personal or corporate taxes by the government. So this is also a measure to take money back from the people's pocket. So if you take more taxes from the people, then they will spend less on the products. And this is how the inflation gets controlled. The price of product automatically come down when the demand reduces. And why this demand reduces? Because there is less money in the people's pocket. And this is because of the taxes they have paid. So we see all of the 3 options seems correct. We will only see in the answer key which of the following are correct. Fourth is the money accruing from the sale of national savings certificate goes to which account of the government of India? These national savings certificates are government bonds. These are for savings, small savings, and also some tax investment based savings. These goes to which of the account? So they go to public account of India. So this option is correct. This only you have to learn. There is no guessing in this question. Now fifth, consider the following statement regarding United Nations Security Council, UNSC. You see many decisions were taken in UNSC regarding Russia and Ukraine. So that is why this question has arrived in this quiz. Now UN Security Council is the only UN body with the authority to issue binding resolution. You see every time a conflict occurs, each country visit to UNSC. So this is the only UN body with the authority to issue binding resolutions. What is binding resolution? Resolutions that every country has to follow. These are the binding resolutions. Second all decisions of the UNSC must be approved by the UN General Assembly to be enforced. How come all decisions? You see there are permanent 5 members of the UNSC and they can do veto. They can use their veto power in order to make a decision not approved by them. So these decisions that are taken by these decisions that are vetoed by these permanent 5 members cannot be sent for approval by the UN General Assembly to be enforced. Now third is UNSC can take action in situations threatening international peace and security. This we have seen. Putting sanctions, economic sanctions, was the work of UNSC. So we see first and second option seems correct, and first and third option seem correct, and second is not correct. Now we will submit the quiz. So we see 4 of the 5 answers correctly. Now we will see which of the question was not correct, so that we can learn here. Okay. So you see decreasing reverse repo rate by the RBI, and why exactly we will see. So you see here the answer is given: to fight high levels of inflation, RBI increases reverse repo rate. So this is given here in the answer, but the question is given here, decreasing reverse repo rate by the RBI. So there is a question based fault. RBI in fact increases the reverse repo rate, and so we have cleared this out. This is an incorrect fault from the makers of the question. Now you can solve this quiz by yourself as well, and make sure that when you come tomorrow to watch this quiz analysis, you come after doing this quiz by yourself as well.